Hi, my name is Stephanie, and I want to show you how I'm going to create something here with Knowt. So I'm going to click on Notes. That's the first you do. Click that Create, and I click on Notes. And it's going to ask me to drag and drop a PDF file. So rather than showing you going through everything, I've uploaded Romeo and Juliet Act 1 as a PDF. Quickly uploads. Make sure that you've checked off Notes. You want to make sure that it generates that first, and it makes the rest of it super easy. I'm going to choose my standards for 9th grade, and then it's going to be the reading and writing for literature. I always like to choose these 3 that I'm focusing on, where we're determining a theme and we're determining analyzing author's choice and other aspects in the text. All right, so I'm going to choose those, and I'm always going to choose in-depth notes rather than a concise summary, but those are available. I also like the outline format. So we're going to click generate here, and you get to see the cute little kind moving. I've skipped ahead in the interest of time here, and this is what it generated for Act 1. So yeah, we still read it in class, but here it is for anybody who maybe missed or needs some extra review. Then you click on generate flashcards. I'm going to once again choose my same 3 standards for the Common Core for 9th and 10th grade English, literature. All right, and it's like pretty easy. I'm getting the hang of just like always clicking off the same ones. So it's going to generate my flashcards pretty quickly here. I can do auto and it'll decide for me, but I'm going to choose custom and switch it to 15. In this case, right, you can also try like regular fill in the blank or question and answer, but I just want regular ones. So once again, we're going to speed this process up for the video. Kai is working it out. It does work pretty fast, all things considered, but we don't need to sit here and watch it together. Okay, so we're making our flashcards here. We're moving ahead, and it looks really good. Come on, Kai, get there. All right, flashcards will be ready in just a second, and here they are. So all of them are attached right here. It actually made 16, even though I asked for 15, but that's not something I'm upset about. It's not just vocab. We've got main characters, other important things that are showing up like a metaphor, right? We know if you've read any Romeo and Juliet, any Shakespeare, you know how important all that is. I also like to add tags, and I do this to make it more searchable and easier for students to find. English, literature, there's not an exam I'm tagging it with, but I'm saving all of mine with this Romeo and Juliet custom tag so that I can find all my stuff pretty easily. And then there's all these different ways that you can work with it. Now you can click back and see that linked note again. Go back through it. I was going to rename it, but mostly I just want to show you here. All right, so if I wanted to share it, I am going to right here on that copy link. I just share that in whatever LMS you guys have. I also added it to this class. My students aren't in the class, but it doesn't really matter. I like having everything together. Right here's a practice test. I can create settings for it. So if I want my students to come in and practice it, or I want them to have it, it also has so many languages available, and I've got it under English, but I can always duplicate it and make more languages available for any students in my classroom that I'd like to. All right, so there's my practice test settings. It's all set up. I'm going to click on it here. You can see what it looks like, but I'm going to not really go through this test with you right now. But it is pretty straightforward. All right, so once again, anytime this AI is working, you're going to see this Kai little cutie pie. And here you go. Like I said, I wanted to generate it and show you, but this is the type of question you can get, and they're really great. And it's just like a nice additional piece when we don't want to have to build everything from scratch when we're doing these stories. So there's our practice test, but the one that gets me most excited here is this podcast. This cracks me up. If we're doing Romeo and Juliet, I'm going to pick gossip style podcast every single time. I'm going to leave it at the auto duration, but I usually will set it either auto for 8 minutes, set it to 9th grade. I'm leaving it in English. Now you can have the podcast. You can have these little AI hosts focus on something. So let's do the feud and the characters being introduced because it's Act 1. Perfect. And it's going to set up and show me like, oh, it'll be ready when it's done generating on the other side. And once again, we're going to go ahead and just speed up that process, and the podcast is ready. It really only takes a couple minutes, but we don't need to sit on my screen with that. All right. So they always have these same hosts for it. And it's so silly with the gossip style podcast. We've got playback. You can put it on the loop, speed it up. If your kids are in a rush, accessibility is always great. I love that these options are always available. Same here with our audio. I mean, that's just my volume. And then, of course, download. And this is where I like to download them and upload it to Canva and turn it into like a podcast with a little cover. Now, if you're looking at it here, it's highlighting it as it's reading it to me. And it's hilarious the way it's like these 2 families hate each other. The kids are going to die. No chill. Their thumbs at each other. Is that the Renaissance version of flipping someone off? It's super, super silly. But yeah, so I really like using these podcasts for it. So like I said, I'll download it here, save it, and move it into Canva. All right, takes us back here. There's Knowt Play. This is always really fun. It's just there's a bunch of different games. You put it up on the screen. You put it up on the screen for the different games and the QR code or the join code, whatever it is. And the kids can participate in class just like they would with Kahoot, Book It, or really any other type of game. All right, so yeah, we're back here. You see the flashcards, you see everything. Back to my home screen, and this is where I have my classes where I like to say them. This is my unit 2 where we read Romeo and Juliet, and these are just all the different resources I've put in there. So I really hope that this helped and you're willing to give it a try. And if you have any questions, of course, you can always message me or message the great people over at Knowt. Thanks, guys, and good luck with it.